Hiya, my name's Steve, and this is your first Heads Up. Whether you've downloaded or are considering whether to download Otto Q to your iPhone or iPad, you'll be keen to learn how to use our iOS teleprompter to create professional pieces to camera and shoot one-take video. The purpose of this video is to show you the 5 simple controls of the Otto Q teleprompter app that'll have you videoing your first piece to camera within minutes. If you've already purchased the app, I want to offer you my sincere thanks for allowing me to help you on your journey to creating better video content. Throughout this short introduction, a real-time screen capture of Otto Q will run to the left of your screen. If you haven't yet decided to download Otto Q, then this training video is going to prove just how simple it is to perfect and shoot the delivery of your video script. Now, let's launch the teleprompter and get you up to speed. If you're launching the app for the very first time, then our 7-step quick start onboarding instructions will appear in the app's text editor. Otherwise, the words presented will be the text of your previous project. To edit a video script, just touch the text editor. You'll be able to select, cut, copy, paste, edit, spell check and share the words of your script, just as you'd expect on any iOS app. There's more help and advice about editing and refining your video script further on in part 2 of this video. But for now, tap the close button in the top right hand corner of the display and let's play with the app. Press the play button and Otto will start scrolling the words you type, speak or paste into the app's text editor. Scrolling always begins with a countdown. The play button changes to a pause button, so if you feel the need to stop, just press the pause button. Pressing play once again will start the scroll right from the beginning. The purpose of play mode is to encourage you to practice, re-practice and perfect your script, to find its rhythm without being distracted by video. I want you to practice your script as many times as it takes to discover and get comfortable with your flow. Practice all you can. The front-facing camera won't video anything until you switch to record mode and press the record button. Practice does make perfect, so keep at it and you will nail it. After you've made an edit and played your script once, Otto activates the record button. If you wish, you can then switch to record mode. So, you now know that Otto Q operates in 2 modes, play and record. Before we jump right into recording, I want to let you see what makes Otto Q totally different to traditional teleprompters and puts it in a class of its own. When you pressed play, you'll have seen your video script scrolling through a small window. That is the Q box. The Q box is Otto's heads-up display. The Q box unites the play and record modes and reliably presents your video script as you're practicing and recording your piece to camera. You can make the Q box as small or as large as you need it. You can position the Q box anywhere on your device's screen. You can make the text scroll through the Q box as fast or as slow as you want. It's the Q box that makes Otto Q such an innovation in mobile teleprompting. The Q box holds your focus. Otto only shows you the words that you need to speak. And when you position the Q box right next to the lens of the camera, the people who watch your videos will totally believe you're looking right at them. Here's how to position, size and pace the Q box for maximum impact. The XY control is a 4-way button. Use this control to position the Q box horizontally and vertically on your screen. Touch the top, right, bottom or left of the 4-way button and gently nudge the Q box into position. The positioning of the Q box is absolutely critical to achieving a sincere looking video, and you'll want to position the Q box as close to your front-facing camera as possible. You only need to set the position of the Q box once, so take all the time you need to get it just right. The WH control is another 4-way button. Use this control to size both the cue box and the text that scrolls through it. Make the teleprompter box as high or as wide as you need it. The sizing of the cue box is a matter of personal comfort and preference. Part 2 of this video will explain how to use the cue box at different sizes for different presentation styles. Scroll super large text by nudging the cue box until it reaches full screen. But as a general rule of thumb, do try and keep the width of the cue box as small as is comfortable. As you decrease the width of the cue box, you reduce the likelihood of viewers noticing eye movement when you read your video script to camera. At each end of the video script, you will see a string of dots pass through the cue box. This is Otto counting down to where you start and stop your delivery. As you become comfortable with Otto Q's inventive cue box, you'll find that setting the width of the cue box to just 4 of these dots is sufficient and will display all the text you need. Now, you've adjusted the position and size of the cue box, so now let's adjust the scrolling speed. At the bottom of your device's screen is a slider that controls the speed at which the words of your video script scroll through the cue box. There is no right or wrong speed at which your script should scroll. You practice your script in play mode to find the rhythm and flow to your piece to camera. Adjust the slider and find the pace that is most comfortable for you. As you adjust the slider, the pace readout changes. Press the play button to practice your script at the new pace that you've just set. Otto will calculate how long the script will take to read by revising the time readout. Each of these 3 controls, X, Y, WH and the pace slider, can be used whilst your text is scrolling in play mode. If you adjust the pace slider whilst your script is scrolling, the record button will deactivate. There is a very good reason for this. Experience tells us that it will always be best to practice your script right through to the very end. Don't go halfway through and think, that'll do, because I can tell you that when you switch to record mode, you'll press record but find your script running away from you or lagging behind you. The secret to great video is all about minding your P's. Practice does make perfect. If the record button is blue and not red, then press the play button. Practice your script one more time to make certain that you're comfortable with that change that you've just made. So, you've pasted and practiced your video script and you're now word perfect. What happens next is easy. Press the record button and switch to record mode. When you switch to record mode, you'll notice that just the cue box and the record button remain visible. The border of the cue box will have changed from black to green, making the cue box even easier to see, as well as indicating that your front-facing video camera is now switched on. Otto is ready to record your piece to camera. Next to the record button is a translucent close button. Pressing this button, marked with an X, switches off your camera and your microphone and takes you back to the play mode. Now, compose your shot and position yourself in front of the camera. When you're ready to start recording, press the record button. The record button will change to a stop button. The green border of the cue box will also turn red. Your script will count down at the size, position and speed that you set when you practiced in play mode. Now, you may deliver your piece to camera. You can stop recording at any time during the scroll by pressing the stop button. Otto will save your video to your iOS photo library. If you don't manually stop recording and you allow your script to reach the end, then Otto will automatically save your video for you. That's it. You're now ready to shoot your first piece to camera with Otto Q. When it's time for you to find out how to get more control, then part 2 of this user guide is going to give you the heads up on shooting even better video using emoji. Thank you for making the time to watch and learn. I want to wish you all the very best as you use Otto Q to make videos easily and enjoyably. We're social and we're engaged, so why not share with us the pieces to camera you make with the Otto Q hashtag? To get in touch with us, to download this user guide as an ebook, or to let us have your feedback, head over to our website www.ottoq.app. See ya.